That's it.
What?
What? Look at the state of this place.
Alright, chill out, Matt. What do you want me to do?
Well, clear this up for a start, and I think we need some rules.
Okay, I'll clean up, but who gets to say what we can and cannot do?
Well, me, obviously. You're a disaster.
I'd make better rules than you would.
All right, I'll make my rules, you make your rules. In 1 week, we'll come back and select the best ones.
Fine.
In this video, we're talking about rules. We're going to look at all the modal verbs that you need to talk about obligation, prohibition, and permission. This video is also accompanied by a PDF that you can download, which includes some notes and some questions for you to practice. You can find the PDF in the description to this video. The PDF is free, but you'll have to enter your email address to get it. You'll then be added to our email list and you'll start receiving our newsletter. But don't worry, you can unsubscribe at any time.
What's this?
These are my rules.
Ah, I forgot about that.
This is going to be painful. Okay, so we're about to go over some rules. First of all, let's look at how we can express obligation. Must and have to can both be used to say that something is obligatory. For example, you must wear a shirt and tie for meetings. You have to answer emails within 48 hours. Must and have to have very similar meanings, but in general, must suggests that the authority or obligation comes from the speaker's own judgment, and have to comes from an external obligation. Make yourself comfortable, Joe. This could take some time.
Can I make some tea first?
Sure. In fact, that's rule number 27. When you make a cup of tea, you must make one for everyone.
Actually, I'm alright with that. Give me 5 minutes.
I thought you only needed 5 minutes.
Oh, shut up and drink your tea now.
Okay, section 1. Obligations for Fluency Street workers. Joe must wear trousers, even if he's on a Zoom call. Matt and Joe must have weekly acting classes to make these videos less terrible. Matt and Joe have to make at least 2 YouTube videos per month. Joe has to start work at 8 AM every day. Matt must always have a cup of tea.
How long is this gonna go on
Joe
for?
must make at least
I'm meeting
one
someone for a
hundred
drink later. There's so many
organise
things
the
I'd rather do instead of listening to this.
Joe must wear
Wait,
a different outrage
I think he's gonna stop.
video.
No.
Matt must
Still
start
go.
every morning with a... Now, of course, rules don't only include obligations. To express something which is prohibited, you can use mustn't, can't, or not allowed. For example, you mustn't smoke in the building. You can't use a phone in official exams. You are not allowed to whistle on a Tuesday. The following things are strictly prohibited for Fluency Street workers. You mustn't groan whilst I am reading the rules.
Sorry.
Employees mustn't use the office printer for personal use.
We don't have a printer, do we?
I'm thinking about getting one. Now, where was I? Oh yes, staff can't bring pets into the workplace. Workers are not allowed to access restricted areas without proper authorization.
What areas are those?
The toilet. There are some things that you can do if you want, but they're not obligatory. For examples like these, you can use don't have to or don't need to. You don't have to work on Saturdays. You don't need to bring anything to the party.
Can I go to the toilet, please?
You don't have to ask permission to go to the toilet. You just need authorization.
Well, can I have authorization?
No, we have to move on to section 3. Things you are not obliged to do.
Do I have to listen to the rest of this?
Yes, but you don't need to take notes. I'll give you a copy of this later.
Wasn't gonna take notes.
Employees don't have to wait for approval to suggest improvement. They're encouraged to share ideas freely. Staff don't have to adhere strictly to the office layout. They're welcome to rearrange furniture for better collaboration. All of those rules are extremely important. Of course, if you're writing rules, it's also important to write what is allowed, things that you have permission to do. For this, you can use can or be allowed to. For example, you can stop for 1 hour to have lunch, or you are allowed to wear casual clothes on Fridays. I have some good news for you. You are allowed to have a lunch break.
Very generous.
You're welcome.
You've written a whole book of rules there.
Yeah, it took me all week.
Will you let me make just one rule?
You can make more than one if you want. Fair's fair.
Ah, that's okay. I only need one. Here it is.